Out of all the mistakes that I've seen high net worth physicians make, there are 3 of them that seem to be a recurring theme. I encounter them almost every time when I talk to a large group of physicians. Let's go over these step by step and one by one. Hi, I'm Dr. Genhee So, founder of ElevateMD, and today we're going to talk about the top 3 financial mistakes that high net worth physicians make. Number 1, the top mistake that I see most high net worth physicians make is prioritize their RRSPs, whether they're incorporated or not, but particularly for the incorporated physician. Now, why is this a mistake? It's not necessarily a mistake for the early career physician. That was me. I didn't know much about finances, but what I knew about saving responsibly, I got from my parents, who were not physicians, who were not incorporated at the time. And what they said to me is just make sure that you have enough to save inside your RRSP. So that's what I did. I figured that type of financial advice carries true regardless of whether you're a physician or not. And I would say that for the first 5 years of my career, it worked because I didn't have a lot of money to save, but I knew that I had to save responsibly and on a regular basis. And so I chose the RRSP as a spot to put some of my routine and regular savings and investments. But let's fast forward now. I've been in practice since 2007, so a few plus years, and 10 years into practice, I start to realize that a lot of questions come up in our community. One of the pervasive questions is, well, should I invest inside my RRSP or should I invest in the corporation? And there's a lot of chatter about it with no real definitive answer. And in my head, I thought, well, how hard can this answer be? I mean, we're dealing with numbers, we're dealing with math and tax rules. Okay, maybe it's a little bit complicated, but there really should be an algorithm here. And the reason why it's not as straightforward as that is because we don't think of our community as divided segments. And here's where I think the real enlightenment for me came in. If we're talking about RSPs and the incorporated physician, the way that we use our RSP is going to be different throughout our career. And the simple reason for that is because when you are an early career physician, you don't have a lot of money to invest. Let's think about this. When you're just starting off in your career, let's just say you've just finished paying off your debt and now you're ready to save. If you don't have a lot to contribute to saving, where are you going to put that money? Are you going to think about corporate surplus trips and IPPs and all these other crazy investment ideas and tools and trusts that your other colleagues have talked to you about? No, you're not. Why? You don't have that type of money at that point in your career. What do you have? You absolutely have RRSPs, TFSAs, for sure. And so when you don't have a lot of money, when you first start off as a radiologist, as an early career physician, then you can prioritize your RRSPs. But let's fast forward and let's say you're doing a great job at routinely saving and investing, and now you've built $1 million. You're an incorporated physician and you're still working. You're humming along, you're 7-10 years in. What about your RRSPs now? Do you treat them the same way as you're an early career physician? No, you don't. And the reason for that is because if you have 7 figures, $1 million or more inside your corporation, you have a lot more tools at your disposal to use. And when you have more tools in your toolbox, then the actual tools inside your toolbox get used differently. This also applies to the RRSP. If you have $1 million inside your corporation, now you start thinking about other things. Maybe you want to invest in real estate. Maybe you want to think about permanent life insurance. And is RRSP and TFSAs, are they still there? For sure they're still there, and for sure they're still useful, but they're useful in a different way. They're not useful in the same way when you first started off and you had no money. And the way in which these tools work and work together will depend on how much money you have. Really, it comes down to something as simple as this. More money, more problems. The more money that you have, the more problems that you're going to encounter. But the good news for us is that it also means that there are plenty more and way more opportunities for us to accelerate our wealth, get better returns, and feel more confident in sustainable wealth building so that we can enjoy a comfortable retirement. So just remember, Remember, avoid the number one mistake that high net worth doctors make when it comes to their RRSPs. Don't prioritize it first. Remember that tools inside your toolbox will change their function, their efficacy, and their role the more money that you accumulate. If you want to learn more about the biggest financial mistakes that high net worth physicians make and how to avoid them, visit my website at drgenheeso.com. I'm Dr. Genhee So, founder of ElevateMD. Thanks so much for joining, and I'll catch you in the next episode.